All right, guys. This it kind of bums me out, but this speaker right here, okay, this OONTZ, okay, very cheap speaker. I think it was like $20. It's Bluetooth. I got two of them years ago. Okay, gave one to my mother. All right, and the sound, from a laptop speaker sound perspective, is astronomical. Okay, which is what you would expect. I mean, anything coming from a laptop. Okay, even even from a TV, you would expect, just a $20 Bluetooth speaker to be better. Okay, all right, and it is, but that whole time, all right, that I was looking for a microphone, I had no idea I could use this as a microphone. And what I was doing was I was going through Camtasia and trying to figure out why the sound wasn't working. So I turned up the speaker, and then the sound worked, but of course it wasn't that great. It's the microphone of the laptop. But then when I went back and realized that, wait a minute, there's an option for this Bluetooth speaker as a microphone. And when I listened to it, okay, because I had it really close to my, to my mouth, and right now I'm holding it as if I'm holding a microphone. All right, I was like, wow, I could have used this the whole time. It sounds great. I don't know how this is going to sound because I'm not holding it as close to my mouth as I was doing the test, but nonetheless. And I'm sure you're asking me, well, where's your other microphone? Well, it's at home. I'm not at home, okay? As of last night, we had high winds, and I'm kind of occupied in a second. Sorry about that. We had high winds, and our power went out. Our power went out for like a minute, came back on. Next thing you know, lights were like slowly flickering like a horror film, and then they just went out and it never came back on. Okay, so now I have a high tolerance for cold. All right, my nickname, my nickname on the streets of Baltimore, right, is the man with no coat. All right, seriously, and I've been that way my whole life. So last night I had to actually get another coat. Another cover to cover it up because after 50 degrees in the house, because my temperature is not 72, it's 68. Okay, and what you're hearing now is, which I'm sure you can hear it, is AC coming on to keep it below 70 some degrees and to keep it around 50, 65 and 66 degrees. Okay, that's my temperature. All right, that's my comfortable temperature. 50 degrees, okay, under a thick blanket is no problem for me whatsoever. However, under a thin blanket, okay, the cold over a period of 8-10 hours starts to cramp up my joints, slows down my blood flow in my veins, starts to get my shoulders and my joints, like my elbows and knees, to really be this weird kind of like tension. I can always feel they're there, right? So and my mom does not have my tolerance, so she was wrapped up like a Eskimo this morning. She was like, all right, I think we're going to have to find, another method, because BG&E, and if you're on my side of the earth, or the side of the states, you know who BG&E is. They have this thing where they like to tell you like like every hour or so that it's going to be another hour, right? And then they'll tell you, well, it could be for, a couple of days. It'll definitely be up by the 20th. Okay? All right? Which is like, like 3 days out? Okay, and then they'll come back and say, like this morning, we were about to leave, and then she gets a text, and she says, they said 9 o'clock. I said, okay, I can wait an hour. All right, 9 o'clock comes around, all right, and now it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, you know what? And I didn't even say it. My mom was like, you know what? We're just leaving. I was like, okay. So she went to go stay with family, and I am in a motel. Okay, so now we're back to the 20th again. So you get what I'm saying? So and they just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like false hope, and then we take it away. All right, and BG&E has been this way for life, ever since I can remember, even when I was a kid. Because my grandmother, when I used to stay there, which was every weekend, by the way, her power was always out. And the reason why was, and this is another thing that's funny. When you would pass my grandmother's house, you would go down this nice big hill, right? And it was just like the long back road path, right, to get to Annapolis. And we were living in Gambrills, which was, Gambrills, like what's set in between Gambrills, right, was a town called Crofton. All right. So, and I grew up there, and I grew up in Severn, which was right next to Gambrills, right? So it took me from my mother's house to my grandmother's house, 20-minute ride, and every weekend my mother would drop me off Friday night and wouldn't pick me up until Sunday night, okay? Right? So her power went out all the time. And you would call BG&E, and they would give you these updates, and it was always an hour. And every time you would call back, it would be like an hour later, and it would just be like, why do that? Why do that? Now, being an ex-electrician, I understand the issues, okay? You're going to send a tone down the line and figure out how far it goes before the signal bounces back, right? Let's say it's 5 miles. All right, well, you go down 5 miles later, you find the break, you fix it, okay? Electricity doesn't come back on. So now you send another tone down, and you find that it's another break 3 miles down the road. Okay, yeah, that's understandable. But at my grandmother's house, all right, right past her house, a quarter of a mile going down this hill, all right, there was this one spot where the trees, okay, were completely grown out, just hanging, pushing, and pulling on the damn, and I'm serious, pushing and pulling on the actual power lines. Okay, what BG&E would do, they would come out and they'll fix the lines, because anytime there was a storm, the power would go out. Wind or rain, okay? Kid you not. And they will cut the trees down, guys, just to the point where it's a quarter of an inch not touching the actual power lines. And next week, same crap, because the trees grew back out. And it's like, just cut the goddamn trees down. But this is BG&E's method. This is what they do, okay? And I'm so used to it. So, I'm just reporting that, we're on hold, okay? And we're on hold because, obviously I don't have any equipment here, which I wish I would have brought. That would have been great to do that here. But nonetheless, it's funny because when I finally got up to get to the car, oh my God, every joint in my body was like this, like extra, like, man, felt like resistant, like someone had tied them up with rubber bands because of sleeping in that cold. Okay, and that you can have high tolerance to cold regardless. Okay, and I've been in some pretty cold environments. Okay, working on my car, doing things like that, and not a problem. Okay, however, man, when you're out there and that third or fourth hour hits, you might not be in pain, and you might be able to, to handle that cold, but your body can't. Okay, your blood has gotten so thick, okay? All right, from the cold, all right? It's thickening up so much, it's hard to push, your heart rate increases, you know, and especially my knees, man, that knee pain is unexplainable. It literally is the liquids, the liquid in your knees and in your joints are freezing, man. All right, your body can't handle it. You can handle it all you think you can, but you just can't handle it. All right, so that's where I'm at now. I'm in a hotel. All right, and I actually, you know what? It actually it's very peaceful. Very peaceful. I can be as loud as I want. Okay, I'm laughing my ass off watching TV. All right, I'm loving this clueless gamer thing now with Cohen. All right, I never knew it existed because I don't watch TV, but nonetheless, it's great. All right, and it's funny because they were going through a tardy on the actual last video I was watching, and man, they were playing some games that I was like, oh my god, I remember that game. I had that game. So, so reporting that we're on a hold. That's pretty much it, but that's not what I'm gonna stop there, saying that. So my life now is starting a new job, okay, and rebuilding my YouTube channel. All right, as I can see from comments and emails that we have already gotten on a good path of going back to what I wanted my channel to be originally. Now, it was done originally, all right. However, things were actually happening from my channel, which was ridiculous, by the way. Okay, never on my channel have you ever heard me say anything inappropriate, nor have you ever seen or heard me say anything that was company related. All right, but okay, these recruiters out here, just like the companies themselves, can be a little bit, backstabbing. Okay, and when you are, asked to be let go from a contract, okay, they always try their best not to pay. Okay, all right, and they actually can be ridiculously vindictive without any purpose of it. Okay, now this wouldn't be the company, this would be the individual, because this is just who they are, man. Okay, this is just who they are. All right, and there's no point in getting upset about it because you're gone from them now. You don't have to deal with them anymore. So that's the plus side. Bad side, you got to find another job as a contractor. Plus side is you don't have to deal with this guy anymore or this person. Okay? All right. So, and, this is my channel is actually, which is ridiculous, has disrupted me going through a clearance process of getting cleared for a particular position, which, again, ridiculous. Okay? One had nothing to do with the other. However, okay, they made it that way. So, YouTube has caused me a lot of grief that was unnecessary, and that's why I shut it down for a while. All right, shutting it down for I don't know, like 5 years or something, was necessary because I wanted my name tied to a Google search, not being attached in the way it was, because you could type my name and my name would come up everywhere. Okay, you would even see my names in forums. Okay, as far as recommending training for Cisco CCNA stuff. Okay, and some CCNP stuff, and I wanted all that gone. Now you can still find those forums, but they're old. I mean, they're not just popping up on page one. All right, so and whatever stigma, okay, they have created, okay, they won at that moment, okay, and I eliminated it, okay? That's the cool thing about life, okay? Even at the worst part of your life, okay, you can take control, okay? You can eliminate their power and take your power back, okay? All right, and a lot of ways of eliminating their power, Seriously, it's just don't engage. Okay, you're going to use it as an excuse? Fine. I'm going to erase that part of my life. But that's okay. You win that battle, but I'm going to win the war because when I come back, it's going to be better than ever. All right? So, that's the beautiful thing about life. You learn from your mistakes. You keep them to yourself. You don't repeat them. Okay? And you start over. I can't tell you how many times I have literally walked out of my house or my apartment and said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm starting over. And everything in my apartment is there, okay? And bam. Starting over. Okay? This is probably like the fifth time I've done that. All right? Now, someone like my mother, her and I are two different people on how we live our lives, okay? There's no way she could do this. Okay? I can walk away from anything 30 seconds flat. Okay? I lost my computer. Now, I've always had a gaming computer. Always. Since 1994. Okay? And last year is the first year I didn't have one. Because I walked away and everything that was in my house, okay, was taken out and, so on and so on. I don't care. Now, when I divorced my wife, okay, every bit of tools that I had, I sold. All right? And I got to start over with that too. No biggie. All right? But do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, it's living without a PC is not something that I can do because I have a laptop now. It's not the best laptop, but I'm allowed to do the things that I want to do. Okay? I just can't play most of my games, all right, which I need to fix, and it will be fixed. I'm just figuring out how I'm going to do it. I don't want. If I'm going to buy a gaming laptop, I know I'm going to spend about $3,000, and I really don't want to spend that when I could put that money towards a desktop, all right, and get the graphics card that I want. Okay, all right. Whenever I rebuild the PC, okay, whether I'm upgrading it or building it from scratch, it lasts me 5 years. The last one I built, oh my God, 10 years strong. Okay? Seriously. My graphics card was an MSI 1080 Ti. Okay, that thing was like 11 gigs of memory. It was like $800. Okay? All right? And now, obviously, when I get a new graphics card, it's going to smoke that one. But still, the thing is, that graphics card and that upgrade was only supposed to last for 5 years. And 10 years later, I'm still using that damn thing. Okay? Having no problem playing any of my games. Okay? Now, you got to understand, 2009 is when I started my Cisco career. I had to declassify myself as a gamer. So, when I would play games, okay, I wouldn't be gaming out like that. All right? Like, Doom is still, I can't wait to get another gaming machine so I can play Doom again. I miss it. Okay? Doom, what was it, external? Something like that? Whatever. Actually, I can look it up on Steam because I still have it on Steam. This PC cannot play it. And you also got to understand, this is the first time of me actually returning and trying to become a gamer again. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's not that easy. And I don't really know why. You figure my heart would be really into it and so on and so on. But you also got to understand, too, guys, I'm about to start my CCIE security track. So, that gaming side of me is not going to get too far. Yeah. Eternal, not external. Eternal. All right? Still. Okay, now, with me, if I like a game, I will play it over and over and over and over again, okay? And I'm still trying to figure out, is there ever been a game that I have played more and have beaten over and over and just started right when I beat the game, start right back playing it again from the beginning? than Mario World. The best game ever in my existence. And I still remember working at a gas station in my teenage years playing that game. Oh, it was the most fun. And you know what? I'm still thinking about creating a channel to start playing video games. Back, starting off with the Atari. My channel, my experience of gaming. Okay, all right. Not and just starting off with Atari, playing new games that I played before with regard to Atari, playing my favorite games. Okay, and it's very hard to find a game that I like that well, and Doom Eternal is one of those games. Okay, and don't get me wrong. All right, if I could actually go back, which I will one day, and get the original Doom, all pixelated, trust me, I love that game too. All right, Quake is another game I would love to play the original Quake. All right, that was pixelated as hell as well. I think it was back in 1994 or something. All right, so coming back, trying to reestablish my gaming persona really isn't that easy for me. All right, but this game right here is something I really do want to play again. I did like Dying Lights 2. That was a pretty entertaining game, but I never got to finish it or even get really deep into it. Okay, but that is what I have been up to lately. And right now, I am trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. But I figure I'll give you guys an update, what's going on. You're probably not going to hear from me in a couple of days, and that's probably why. All right? Because no electricity, and I'm living in a hotel. So, thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.